Had more sense being an MP, so...
Well, thoughts of people, differing views from people speaking to us in devices. Well, joining me now, Georgia Gilholy, a political commentator who writes for the right-wing blog Conservative Home. Morning to you.
Good morning.
Georgia, are you surprised Boris Johnson tried anyway to cling on for so long and seems determined to stay on as Prime Minister?
Safe to say I'm not surprised at all. This is the Boris Johnson attitude, isn't it? Scrape through, bluster on, the spirit of, I suppose, the Roma leaders. He's obsessive throughout history. Not to say that his grandeur mirrors them, obviously. So, you know, when he came out yesterday, he gave that final speech of resignation. Absolutely zero contrition. This is the character of Boris Johnson that we know through the past few decades. You know, this was his sort of blustering spirit, and he was fired from the shadow cabinet. During his sort of not that stellar career as foreign secretary, this is what it's like. Many people like his sort of ability to push through, but I think he's been polling terribly with the general public since January, so I think that's clearly not the majority of people's perspective at this point.
What will the party be looking for in electing a new leader? What qualities will the next leader need?
Interesting question. I think maybe the grassroots and MPs could have different views. I think in general, MPs after this nightmare, basically, of the past few days especially, probably looking for someone who's quote-unquote a safe pair of hands. What that actually means, who knows? We know that Ben Wallace is very popular with the grassroots party. However, that doesn't mean he's necessarily going to get nominated by enough MPs to run for leader. We have people like Jeremy Hunt, not necessarily too popular with the grassroots or the public, but respected by a lot of MPs, seen as sort of a level-headed person.
Didn't have a great track record as health secretary, though, did he?
No, he didn't. And actually, in his recent book, he admits that his excuse is sort of, he did a recent interview, or many interviews about it recently. His excuse is sort of, I didn't have enough time in office to sort of implement widespread reforms. But that doesn't really wash with most people. They're just looking at it and thinking, well, it's not in a good situation.
Georgia, if I had to push you for one name who you think will become the next leader of the Conservative Party, who would you go for?
That's a very difficult question. I think, I feel like it could be someone like Rishi Sunak, just because he's sort of the continuity candidate. Someone who would be the dark horse, maybe Suella Braverman or Steve Baker.
Interesting. Good to talk to you this morning. Thanks for being with me. Georgia Gilholy, political commentator who writes for the right-wing blog Conservative Home.